here we are back with the brilliant Dr. Kathryn Foster discussing the future of women. And one thing I have a question about, I've kind of seen in my experiences, do you feel that women maybe put a little too much effort into the relationship?
I do. I think that women work too hard and need to limit how much they give to their romance. Trying to remake a guy, thinking that a guy is a hairy woman and he's really got your brain, and you just have to bring it out,
Right.
That's a mistake, and it can leave a woman feeling very burnt out. In fact, I think it's better, you mentioned the other book, What Women Want Really, that it's better to let that book do some of the work for you, because it will allow you to discuss things and go back and get a good hold on the relationship again. But women can reasonably expect empathy and emotional sensitivity from most female friends. But men do have a different brain structure. And rather than men having lots of oxytocin, which allows a woman to be giving and bonding and sacrificing, they have a lot of testosterone, which causes them to like work and like sports and like things where they can win because it ups their testosterone. So having expectations that aren't met time and time again can leave you feeling lonely and can make you feel like, why do this relationship at all, So, but rather than giving up on a relationship, rather than leaving, I think a woman needs to remake her expectations and then broaden her life so that she has the fulfillment she needs. Now, it's good news for women to understand neuroscience. It actually frees a woman up. Because if you scan the brains of men and women, you find that women's brains are much busier. And it has to do with their strong connection between the two hemispheres. But, she's tuned in to those 400.
412. I was going to say, 412. I was going to catch you.
Yeah, 412. Emotions, and he's basically tuned into a few emotional states like neutrality, cheerfulness, anger, and horniness.
I don't know about that.
So he doesn't expect as much. She doesn't have to keep the dialogue going. He's more physical, and he's happy with touch and a smile.
Well, that works out because it seems like they put a lot more work into the relationship because they don't understand those gender differences, and then ultimately try to fix the relationship, make the guy better or whatever.
Yeah, right.
All right, doctor, can you tell us a little bit more about the future for women?
Yes, Carl Jung, who was a Swiss psychiatrist and groundbreaking thinker, believed that the way to save Western man was through feminine values. I believe what he meant was, whereas the male brain structure values competing and ruling, the feminine values cooperation and forming networking. Whereas men's brains cause them to be hierarchical and to seek to be right, women explore and seek to understand. While he's independent, she tends to be interdependent. While he's firm, she tends to be flexible and compromising. He seeks achievements while she seeks relationships. Patriarchy devalued the heart and emotional closeness and the care of the earth in favor of profit. The feminine can bring on a world where empathy has more pull than the ego that seeks status or power or monetary gain. It is more holistic. But what Carl Jung didn't see is that until women become loosened from their expectations of romantic relationships, they will continue devoting themselves to being caught up in the angst of trying to make these relationships different. But as women set their expectations according to neuroscience, they can be freed to put their energies into new areas.
Wow, so much good information. Is there anything else you have in terms of advice?
Well, the book What Women Want Really is a concise pocketbook guide written for guys who don't buy self-help books.
Keep it here.
It's a bottom line guide to starting and building a relationship. You can read it alone, but it's really meant to be read with a female partner. And, a couple times a year, it kind of presses that reset button. So it covers sex, it covers how to promote meaningful dialogue with a woman, and how to become endeared to her. People of other cultures and other times often saw the male-female relationship as more mystical and more energetic than we do. A lot of women today analyze their relationships to death, when really a woman's brain is actually equipped to see the magic of romance and appreciate the mystery. And women need breaks from their relationship, not divorces, but breaks. And I love the story from India, there where women wade out once a year into the waters, they dunk under, and as they do, they let go of the weight of having emotional sensitivity and taking on other people's stuff. And as they come up out of the water and wade out, they reclaim their autonomy.